My name is Amanda Strickler-Holman, and this is my Module 1 for EDL 851. A little bit about me is I am originally from Colony, Kansas, which is a very small rural community. I graduated high school with a class size of 23, and upon graduating high school, I decided to pursue my volleyball career at Bethel College. And then playing 2 seasons, I then decided to focus on my academic career, and I transferred to Kansas State University. I have been an avid Kansas State University fan and lover since the time I was born. And most of my family is alumni of Kansas State University. As you can tell, I have all sort of K-State paraphernalia behind me in my classroom here at school. I recently, this summer, got married in July, so that has been a new but very rewarding experience. I teach agriculture education at Iowa High School. I moved back home, what I would consider home, about 4 years ago. Iowa is a town 12 miles from where I grew up. I teach in a 4A high school, where I get the opportunity to serve as the FFA advisor and the head high school volleyball coach. A little bit, I love what I do. I love my job. The top picture represents a team that I took to nationals just a couple years ago. We've had the opportunity to win state once and qualify for nationals twice. And then the bottom picture represents some of my volleyball girls, and I love volleyball, and I love seeing those kids outside of the classroom, as I think that's where you really build those connections. And the picture on the right is my very, very old show heifer, Ellie Mae. I've had her since I was 13, and she is still kicking and more like a dog than she is a cow. I love to travel. I love anything tropical. That is my preferred place. I'd rather be hot than cold. And then that represents a top picture, top left. And then the bottom left is our really good group of friends that we travel and ride ATVs with. And then my safe place, or just there's no place like home, or on the back of a horse seeing fresh air and no people, just animals. So my takeaway from the articles, after reading the articles, I came to a couple conclusions or synthesis that I gathered. One was looking out for teachers' mental health is extremely important. We always talk about kids, but sometimes I think we feel either scared or totally forget that we ourselves have to be mentally healthy so that we can help those kids. Providing teachers with a stress relief is very important, as we know that teacher workloads can pile up quickly, and this year has been far from anything stress-free. It's a bunch more added stuff, and knowing how to balance that is important. I learned that tenure teachers get evaluated on a wide variety of spectrums across the nation. There's not just one system that is universal throughout that. 90% of teachers that get evaluated are stamped or considered satisfactory, but what that actually means, I'm not sure anyone really knows. There's no really set standards across those evaluation tools that say this, this, and this. It's just everybody's kind of own interpretation. Workplace morale is important. Yes, I think I kind of already knew that, but that just stresses. If you're in an environment where you don't like to be, it makes everything more stressful and not a lot of fun. Teacher turnover is high. We know that, especially in harder districts, and I can't imagine what it's going to be after this year, because I know personally, if I was close to retirement, I would do it. There's just been so much added stuff with trying to teach virtually and in the class. It's double the workload, everything. And then positivity and food are a must, as well as collaboration. Everybody likes a little treat every now and then, and that's a little way you can brighten up some morale at the school. In terms of improvement, my takeaways for evaluating improvement: fair and meaningful evaluations. Get in there, observe the teacher. Don't just do it on the one day and check a bunch of boxes. You can't see everything in one day. Support is huge, especially in today's time, as well as new teachers. I came here, the school district I'm in my third year, so I wasn't brand new to the game, but everybody's system is different, and things people think are common sense are not in other districts. And then practice feedback and reflective practices. Tell them, give them examples on how they can improve, but be encouraging. Retention. How do we obtain retention, especially since teacher turnover is high? Personally, I think, and I agree with this, is mentoring is super important, no matter if you're a newbie beginning out or you are just new to the district. Having someone that's been in that district that can help you with the ins and outs of that district is important. Encouraging staff to get involved. I know sometimes the best part of my job is the extracurricular activities where I get to spend time and really connect with kids, that you see those kids in a whole different light than just in the classroom. Invest in teachers and provide support. Fortunately, I feel like we do a lot of taking away and expecting more, but you really got to advocate those resources to those teachers if you want retention quality teachers that are mentally healthy. Learning. Shadow experiences are great, especially younger teachers not fully knowing, do they want to be in administration? Which way are they leaning? I think shadowing is a great idea to help people learn. Peer support, again, that's come across to me is super important. Positive mindset equals more learning. So the less stressed you are, the more happy you are to be at work, the more you're going to be able to feel like you can ask questions and be more open to learning, and encourage and support professional learning development. I'm lucky to have that here. Any PD that we want to go to is almost always a yes, and that is very important to stay current and up to date, especially in my field, agriculture. It's ever changing, so learning those trends and what's new and what's coming down is very important to stay on top of. Well-being, transparency, and being appreciated lead to retention. I feel like these four categories they intertwine. If you have a good balance of one, that trickles into the other. I learned that over 75% of teachers have felt stressed, often from workload or work-life balance. I'm willing to bet it's probably 99% during the year 2020-2021. So it's very important to be able to successfully balance that. Support and provide opportunities for mental wellness are critical, and then having a person that's kind of trained in that can check up on people, and that knows how to lead and help their staff through that is important in helping teachers maintain their mental well-being. So for standard correlation through all of this, I felt that it correlated greatly with learning how to develop teacher retention strategies, evaluations, as well as not forgetting how important mental health is, not only in students, but teachers as well. I personally knew about how important and the signs of mental health in students, but you totally forget to breeze over or look at your peers, your staff peers, or yourself because you're so focused on them. You have to take care of yourself before you can take care of someone else. Relevant. This was relevant to me because I feel like I undergo these evaluation processes just because of when I came to a different district. I'm in the 6th year, but have managed to be able to be evaluated twice every year. So I've always thought that evaluations weren't applicable to all school personnel, and you just can't see some of those things when you drop into a classroom. But I learned there's a variety of ways to do that across the United States. reflection. Brought some attentions that I haven't really thought about. Being a future school leader, you think about the ins and outs, but some of the little, almost what you might consider silly, but that are really important details. Morale is huge. If you like where you work, you're going to be able to be open and more true to yourself. Snacks are very important. I know it seems silly, but I get so excited when they provide us snacks too. It's just a little thing, sharing the positives, maybe letting teachers out a little early. Anything that can show that you appreciate them and that you value them is super important. And don't forget to check on the newbies. I think it's very important that whether it's first year teacher or someone in the district, has a partner that they can go to. And don't check in with the first week or think everybody's going to learn everything in the first week. There's just no way. Be an open door and encourage them to become involved in the district or community. And these are my references. Thank you.